Well, welcome back to another video here on the channel. And today I have some interesting news regarding Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. The title is not deceiving you. They are planning 2 more Joker movies. Or are they? Again, you have to take this with a grain of salt. A lot of people's been running with this as of late. I thought I would give my opinions and my thoughts on this. Number one, The Joker is an amazing film. I think we need to get something out of the way. Does every single thing need a sequel? As much as we may want a sequel to something, do we need it? The Joker, could a Joker 2 and 3 be good? Yes, if the story is right, and if there's no studio interference, then both of those movies could be good, right? But could it take away from what the original set up? And 2, Todd Phillips even said, I believe, that he would not return as the director. Todd Phillips said he would not return, he would not do any sequels if the story wasn't good. So maybe the story is good. We'll go ahead and get right into this news. It says Joaquin Phoenix, who played the Joker in The Joker, has reportedly been offered $15 million to reprise his role as Arthur Fleck, aka Joker, for 2 potential sequels. According to The Mirror, Warner Bros. Is currently negotiating Phoenix's return for 2 films in the next 4 years. It's still being negotiated, sources told the people, but the scripts are being written, and Joaquin is very engaged with it. Again, take this with a grain of salt, but it's very, interesting because I don't think a paycheck could sway Joaquin. If the story isn't good, I don't think he's going to return. But I think Todd is going to do something, even more special than the original. At least that's what I'm hoping. They added, Warner Bros. Plans to make 2 sequels in the next 4 years with a long-term commitment to Joaquin and his Joker director Todd Phillips and producer Bradley Cooper. It's all about getting Joaquin to accept the terms, the biggest payday for his career by far. I truly think even if Joaquin said no, Warner Bros. Will still approach Todd and go let's still do it. You know what I mean? Obviously Todd would say no, but come on, Joker makes money. Last December, Phillips explained that a sequel wasn't currently in the works, saying the team hadn't gotten any further on it. Well, there was that push even before Joker came out, he explained. A movie that does kind of business ain't it. So he basically knows the movie was going to be a success and a sequel was going to be eventually talked about. But, yeah, this is, there's some more stuff. But in all honesty, we haven't gotten any further on it. Even Warner Bros. Has. I think they're just giving us time. And if we can figure it out, and if Joaquin's down to do it, we would do it. But we haven't gotten any further. Yeah, I want to have a discussion. What do you think of 2 Joker sequels? And do you want them? I mean, I want them. Long as the story is good, they don't feel rushed, there's no studio interference, and Joaquin wants to do it, and he's genuine, wants to do it, then fine. But again, does every single thing need a sequel? I think this. Todd Phillips Todd Phillips doesn't really want this in a shared universe. I think they're going to try to find a way to make Joaquin tied in to the DCEU. I know that may be controversial, but I feel like they may work something out after Joker 3 or Joker 2 to kind of keep Joaquin around even longer than what his contract will be down for. Meaning probably after Joker 2, if it happens, there'll be a whole new contract rolled out. My thoughts on this, I mean, it'd be cool. I want a Joker 2 and 3 if, like I said, only if the story is good and it's made from, just as long as the story is good, there's no studio involvement, then it's good. It's perfect. But if there's studio involvement, the story isn't good, and it feels rushed, then what will be the purpose of making 2 Joker films? But I think the coolest thing about this that no one's really talking about is, if this happens, this be the first time we would have a recurring Joker. We've always had one Joker be cast, and the next be cast, and the next be cast, and the next be cast. You know, no one's talked about that. Like, if this happens, this be the first Joker actor to reprise his role again and again and probably again. You know what I mean? So I think that's cool. You know, instead of recasting and recasting over and over again. You know, do I think the Joker will be Matt Reeves? Yes. So we have to, you know, recast for that for sure. But for the most part, you're not going to have to sit and recast. But who knows? You know, I feel like if this is true, then I'm happy. I'm glad a Joker 2 and 3 could be on the table, but only if the story is good and Joaquin wants to do it and Todd wants to do it, and they're not just forced into it because of a paycheck. I don't want that. I don't think Joaquin would do that. I don't think Todd or Bradley Cooper would do that. But we shall see what happens. You know, like these articles here started to pop up about 2 or 3 days ago. So if anything, if there's anything concrete that comes out, it probably could come out when this video is uploaded or in October. But yeah, I mean, what would I like to see in a Joker 2? Progression on the Joker. I want a progression on the Joker. You know, maybe like have him a new look. Maybe he's more dark and sadistic. Here's a good idea for a Joker 2. Make Joker 2 more of a horror movie. Where to the point where Joker's so dark and sadistic in this Joker 2 and even 3, they're more in the lines of a horror movie and is more of a hard R than Part 1 was. It's just such a more hard R, and it's way more out there than Part 1 was. And this is the thing I really want to elaborate on, the ending of the Joker. That's the thing I say, do we really need a sequel to the Joker because of how the Joker was left opened? There's so many theories that the Joker, you know, all that was in his head, you know, all that. If they make a Joker 2, I just want them to say the Joker killed that woman and he escaped. I don't want them to mess up the ending of the Joker. That's something that I want if they make a Joker 2 and 3. I want Joker 2 and 3 to have a good story. I want them to want to do it and not be forced to do it. I don't want no studio involvement. And I don't want them to mess with the ending of the Joker. I just want them to say, oh, he escaped, he killed that woman, he escaped, he's off in the sunset. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want them to mess the ending up of the Joker. Just say he escaped, he left. You know, but, you know, that's something, you know, that's really interesting. You know, could hypothetically, could this Joker exist within the DCU, considering Warner Bros. Is trying to connect everything now? You know, like the TV shows are crossing over, you know, with the DC movies. The DC movies are crossing over with the TV show. So could, hypothetically, they work something out with Todd Phillips, and this could be our new Joker for at least another 5 to 10 years. That'd be really interesting and really cool, because like I said, we never really had a recurring Joker. And that's one of, you know, that them are, those are some important things that I want in the Joker 2 and 3, is I want it, you know, I don't want it to mess up the, you know, I don't want it to mess up the ending of the first one. I want them to do it, but I don't want them to be forced to do it. I don't want any studio involvement. I think it's smart if you give it a harder R and really go there, you know, and just make a fun movie and have progression on the Joker, like I said. You know, make him more, you know, of a, almost like a horror villain almost, where he's just dark and sadistic. You know, maybe his makeup is just worn and smeared. He has a different suit. Maybe in Part 2, that's where he gets the purple suit. But it's like a dark purple. I mean, it's like his makeup's all smeared, and, you know, his hair is more greasy and down, you know what I mean? It's like little things here and there, you know, but I think a Joker 2 and 3 sounds interesting, long as the story is good, and then long as the story is good, and they don't tamper with the ending of the original. Let's have a discussion in the comments below. What do you think of Joker 2 and 3 possibly on the table? And what do you want out of a Joker 2 or 3. Those are the things I want. I may make a full separate video on it. I don't know, but yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll catch you guys in the next video.